Hey guys, Gerardo here with G-Rod Grills. Today we're going to be making some roasted chickens on the barbecue. And when we're done, we're going to be pulling that chicken and making some awesome pulled chicken sandwiches. And they're going to be ready just in time for the Grey Cup tonight. You ready? Let's get started. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to start off by putting some compound butter that I made earlier today. Now this is the poultry herbs that you can buy at any store. Just chopped up really fine and mixed up some softened butter. This is going to help baste our chicken while it's cooking and also give it some flavor. So we're going to put some of this underneath the skin as well as all around to kind of crisp up that skin while it's in the barbecue. So let's get going on that. First thing you want to do is when you get to the chicken here, just use your finger to get underneath the skin. And without ripping it, you want to kind of make pockets or kind of separate that skin off of the breast so that you have somewhere to put the butter in. So we're going to gently do that all the way in there, and if you can get all the way in, it's great because then you can get the butter all the way down. Or if you can't, the one thing you want to make sure is that you're not ripping the skin, because that's going to not work in your favor later on when you're cooking. You want to make sure that that butter stays in here to help baste the chicken. I don't worry about too much putting it in the thigh or anything like that. The dark meat is not going to be an issue for you. The breast though is what becomes a problem. It actually tends to dry out a lot more. So that's where you want to put the butter. So I'm going to grab just some with my hands here. Probably, I don't know how much that is, but just this much. And shove her underneath. And like I said, this is going to help baste the chicken while it's cooking, and then also flavor the meat from the inside, because all those herbs and that butter are going to kind of melt into the chicken itself. So you can see once you're in there, you can actually, from the top, you can just press it. I'm just kind of pressing it and making sure that it's kind of all over. Just to kind of help it along. Want a nice little even coating. You can see where it's at. We want to make sure that we don't leave any of the white meat without any butter in there, because that means that it could dry out. And plus, like I said, this is going to add some flavor to it. So that's good. You can see where the butter is. It's kind of all over the breast part. Got a big pocket on the side here. I'm just going to pull up and remove. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Then I'm just going to grab a little bit more. I got to save the other half because I got another chicken I got to do. But take the other half here and just kind of rub it all across the top side of the skin. This is going to help crisp up the chicken, or the chicken skin, I guess I should say. And again, also add a little bit of that flavor. I'm not really too worried about it in this particular one, because I am going to be using it for sandwiches, which means I'm going to be taking the skin off anyway to pull the chicken. But it's still good to have. We want to make sure it gets a good even color. And this is also going to help adhere the rub that I'm going to be using. So more here, and you can also use avocado oil or olive oil to do this portion of it, but I've got butter, so we're just going to use the butter. Alright, just going to take this glove off, and then we're going to use some seasoning. Today we're going to be using Neil Sarap's Hot Damn. It's a little bit spicy, but not really too much. Once it cooks out, you won't really taste the heat that much. Just a little bit of that bite. And again, this is just going to go over top anyway, so if you're pulling the skin off, it won't make a difference. It's going to give me some color. It's going to help with color for me anyway. And I will take some of this skin as well, so it's going to taste good. pat, and this is pretty much done. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a bundle of this, and this is some sage, some thyme, some rosemary. I think that's what it's called, rosemary. Yeah, and I'm going to just shove that in the cavity to add a little bit of flavor, and then it's tied together with some kitchen twine. That's going to be it. You know what? I'm going to sprinkle some seasoning in the cavity as well. And that's it. So this one's done. I'm gonna do the same to the other one, and then we're gonna go to the grill. All right, so here we are. We've got Pipos 440 Deluxe. Just picked this up a couple days ago, so we're gonna give her another go here or give her a go with these chickens. So here they are. Pardon my board; it's kind of a little at an angle here, but the chickens, I've tied them up. You can see with the seasoning on there. Now on this one, you see I've got that little guy right there. That little guy is a grill pin, and what happened there was the skin started to pull back quite a bit. So instead of losing all that yummy butter that was in there, I pinned it together, and with that, and now the skin's secured back in place. Now those are perfect for bacon wrap, anything. You can buy them at grillpins.com or check out my Instagram account. There's a link on there as well at GrodGrills. There'll be a link to grill pins. Yeah, no, it's they're really handy for bacon wrapping, way better than toothpicks, I'll tell you. All right, so here we go. I've put them on the barbecue here. I've got them all off to the one side. That side's a little hotter than this side, so I want to just kind of keep them off of that for now. I'm going to rotate them here in about half an hour or so, just to make sure that they brown nicely. But we're going to run this, and you'll see I'm currently set to smoke. And that's going to keep it about 180, 190 and produce quite a bit of smoke in here. It's running hotter now because the lid's open, but yeah, so we're going to do that for about half an hour. After that half an hour, that's going to give me all the smoke I want for this. Then I'm going to crank this up to about 350 or 400 to finish them off. That'll crisp up the skin, and it's going to cook the chicken perfectly here. So at about half an hour or so, I'm going to come back. I'm going to put the meat probes in to make sure I'm at the right temperature, and then we're going to turn the heat up to finish them off. Here we go. We are now, I don't know, about 45 minutes in. I did come up and turned it up to 400 at exactly half an hour. So we're at 400, and just gave them a little spin. You can see colors coming along now. It's gonna be good eating. Alright, so here we are. I pulled them off the grill when the breast was at 165 and the thigh was at about 180, which is a little hotter than I said earlier, but that's okay because it's still going to be nice and juicy. We cooked at about 400 degrees after that first half hour. It only took about an hour and 15 minutes for us to be ready. But you'll want to make sure you're cooking to the internal temperature and not by time, as that can vary depending on the size of your bird and the temperature of your barbecue. As you can see, the skin is perfectly golden brown and it smells fantastic. You can even see some of those herbs we used in the butter through the skin, so you know that flavor is going to be on point. Here's the whole chicken pulled and ready for sandwiches. You can see how juicy the chicken is, and even though we only smoked for a short period of time, you can definitely see that reddish smoky color coming through in that dark meat. Let me tell you, this tastes so good. Since I took the skin off, I added a little bit more of that rub I used earlier to give it a bit more kick. If you're using it for sandwiches like I am, you can add some barbecue sauce at this point or whatever other seasonings you want. Or just serve it as it is with some mashed potatoes and gravy. Finally, here are the sandwiches. A pile of pulled chicken with homemade tangy coleslaw and Alabama white sauce, all on a soft potato bun. Perfect little Sammies for any occasion, especially a Blue Bomber Grey Cup win. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. And remember, if you can do it in your oven, you can do it on your barbecue, so get out there and grill something.